Everybody, how's it going? My name's Scott Zlatev, and I'm one of the members of the Leadership Council here at the Prosperity Team. And in this training, I want to show you how to get wherever it is that you are right now to be able to get all in, even if you have no money whatsoever. Now, why is it that I would be a pretty good candidate to be able to do a training on this? Well, when I first got started online, I was down to $25 left in my bank account. I was flat broke. And so I had tons of credit cards, all of them but one was actually maxed out, and I had to do a lot of different things to be able to fund my business. So now that's one of the things that I want to talk with you about right now. And if you grab a piece of paper and a pen, okay, while I'm talking to you right now, I want you to go grab a piece of paper and a pen, go walk over to your desk or whatever it is. Keep this video playing while you search for a pen and paper, because I'm going to walk you through a training that I've done myself and I've done with countless other people. And I mean, I've been able to get people to be able to fund their business, buy whatever it is that they want to buy, whatever type of products, and upgrade to the levels that position them to make more money. I've been able to help them do this within 72 hours, okay? From being flat broke. One person in particular was flat broke. They were living in a van, okay, and they were actually living in a van, and not David Wood, but they were living in a van, and they were parked in that van, in their parents' driveway. Okay, and they found a way to be able to go all in. It wasn't 72 hours, it was like a week, okay? But basically, if you go into your bank account right now and you see hardly any money or anything like that, pay attention to what it is that I'm going to be sharing with you. And then also, we're going to have some other resources, actual tangible resources to go along with what I'm training on here, okay? So how can you go from flat broke, like I was, down to $25 left in my bank account, and be able to start funding your business? Well, you have to do what we consider, at least, when I was growing up, my family was broke, but we still had a pretty decent lifestyle, basically because we did what we call creative financing, right? It's where it's like you don't have the money, but you really want to do something, so you figure it out, basically, right? And I'm going to go through a way to be able to maximize your probability of being able to do it fast, okay? And this is kind of something that I've learned, and it works like gangbusters, okay? So basically what I want you to do is I want you to think of any type of business mogul, right? You got like Donald Trump, okay? Robert Kiyosaki, there's Richard Branson, Bill Gates, okay? Think of that person in your mind. Now these guys are billionaires, right? So let's just say, for instance, that any one of those guys wanted to open up another business, okay? And this business was going to cost them $2 billion to open up, right? Now a lot of these guys, a lot of people don't really understand what happens in business, and a lot of times you don't have, even if you're a billionaire, you don't have that money all right in your bank account. It's tied up in other things. So that's a big misconception a lot of people have. It's like, well, you're making all this money, you don't have this money you don't have a $2 billion to just go open something up. Well, no, because it's tied up in other things. Well, so if this person, like Bill Gates or Richard Branson or any of these powerful moguls in making money in business, if they wanted to open up a different business, maybe like for Bill Gates, a different arm of Microsoft, right? If Bill Gates didn't have $2 billion to open up another arm of Microsoft, even though I think he's retiring actually, so just pretend that he's still in the game. If he wanted to open up another arm of Microsoft, and it's going to cost him $2 billion, and he didn't have $2 billion, maybe he had $1 billion available. Do you think that lacking $1 billion would stop a person like Bill Gates? No, it wouldn't, would it? I mean, every person that I've ever asked this question to, they're like, no, it wouldn't stop Bill Gates, it wouldn't stop Richard Branson, it wouldn't stop Donald Trump. So what makes that person different than you? Because all we're talking about, being able to go all in, is, you know, about $5,000. $5,000 is way different than $1 billion, but yet without question, you're nodding your head with me right now saying, yes, you know, that person could do it. Well, the thing is so can you. The difference is that when a person like Bill Gates or any of the different leaders that you see here in the prosperity team, when they look at their bank account and they see, like for instance, when I was flat broke down to $25, I looked in my bank account, I saw $25. But I asked the important question, not I can't do this, how can I? Okay? And then immediately my mind opened up to looking from a business standpoint, from a wealthy person. See, a wealthy person thinks in terms of abundance, and they think in terms of the resources that they have available to them. Okay? The resources, not their bank account. Okay? So some of the things that you can do, I'm actually going to get into in a second here, but one of the first things that you have to do is you have to understand that you have power, and you can do whatever you want to do as long as you set your mind to it and say, this is what I'm going to do, that's it, period. And then we actually have a bonus that we're going to throw in as long as you get this, as long as you go all in within the time frame that we have on this page. We're going to give you an unbelievable bonus. I can't even believe that we're giving this bonus away, frankly, because just by getting all in, not only are you going to get all the bonuses, or excuse me, not only are you going to get all the valuable trainings within the Empower Network, but then we're throwing in all these other bonuses on top of that. Like I said, I can't believe we're giving any more bonuses away, because every single level that we have that, you know, within, you know, whether it's the Inner Circle, the Costa Rica Mastermind, the 15K formula, or the Master's Course, we're already packing in tons of value and bonuses. So this is basically just a fast action bonus for you to get this taken care of, get all in, be positioned to make the most amount of money that you possibly can within the prosperity system and within Empower Network, and be able to do it with the allotted time frame that we have set on this page. So let's get right into it here. Okay, what I want you to do is hopefully you got that pen and paper. Okay, I'm going to take a drink of my water here before we get started, allow you to get time to get your pen and paper ready here. Sorry, my throat gets a little parched, and I got to get my hair cut. You know, I was thinking about that today. I was going to actually go get my hair cut and then cut this video, but I was like, no, I need to cut this before. Okay, so now you got your pen and paper, right? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to write on your piece of paper in your pen, you know, take out your pen, get your piece of paper out, and I want you to, I'm going to give you some, basically a line, a script to write, okay? And don't mess around with this stuff, guys. This works, okay? I'm telling you, this works. This is the same thing I've done with countless people, and they've been able to do this, okay? They've been able to, like I said, go from basically nothing, and they've been able to get all in within 72 hours. Within 72 hours, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to look around your house, your apartment, wherever you're at, and I want you to gaze and just get a look at the land, and wherever it is that you sit normally. Normally people have, a lot of people have a place where they just sit down and they work. Okay, you know, and I want you to go there right now if you can. If you can't, picture in your mind, picture the you know, what you see on your desk. Is there a window nearby? You know, things like that. The smells that are in your house or wherever you work, things like that. Okay, now I want you to have that in your mind when we go through this exercise. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to get out your pen and start writing exactly what I say, okay? Exactly, word for word, okay? I want you to write I, and then put your name. So for instance, it would be, so I'll give examples of me so that you can put yourself in that place, okay? I Scott Zlateff, again, write your name, am sitting here at my desk, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 10 o'clock, whatever time frame it is that you're watching this video right now, okay? So let's just say, so it's 8 o'clock in the evening, Friday night. And I log into my back office of Empower Network, and I look at the trainings that I own right now, and I can't believe how easy it was to be able to come up with the money to get all in with Empower Network in less than a week. Period. As I take a breath of air, I inhale and I exhale, I just feel this sense of relief, this sense of accomplishment. And as I turn and gaze out my window, I can't believe how easy it was to be able to go all in less than 7 days. Period. And as I gaze back into my computer screen, I look back over the last 7 days, and I remember exactly what it is that I did to make this happen. And here's what I did. And then I want you to draw an underline. Okay? Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to, you thought I was just standing here in front of the whiteboard just because it made my shirt like stand out, right? No, there's actually a reason. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to write on your piece of paper 50, oops, let me get out my high-tech eraser. You see how we roll here, you know? My high-tech eraser. This is actually made out of, I think it's kind of a cotton blend. It's actually just a paper towel. Anyway, so 50. So I want you to write down, I want you to, underneath that piece of paper, so you got, let me get out the trusty eraser again. So right up here on your piece of paper, you've got the paragraph that I just showed you, right? I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me turn this here. There. Okay, so we got this paragraph that you just wrote. Now I want you to write underneath here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? I want you to write 50. Okay? Not 10. I want you to write 50 different ways. Okay, this is something that you do, that a lot of people in corporate America do. They have these big think tanks, and they just do a complete mental dump. Anything and everything that you could possibly think of to be able to come up with at least, you know, $5, $6, even $10,000 if you wanted to have some advertising funds too. Okay, so if you wanted to be, let's just make it easy math. Okay. I'd say $5,000. If you want to be able to come up with $5,000 to get all in within the next 7 days and be able to get the bonus that we have on this page, that I still can't believe we're giving away more bonuses. I mean, it's getting kind of insane what we're actually offering in terms of value as a team. So if you do this, okay, I want you to do 50 different ways. So when you decide to really get serious here, write down 50 different ways. Okay, now do this. I'm telling you, okay? This is how I was able to do some of the things that I was able to do. And I'm actually going to start you off with some ideas, okay? Because to get some creative energy going here, you want to just do a complete mental dump and exhaust all resources. You will find one that will work. I promise you. I promise you, if you do this, see, if something's important to you enough, you will make it happen. That's the bottom line. Okay, so what are some different ideas? I just like to kind of get the creative juices flowing here to give you some ideas and spend the next hour or so and just do a mental dump. Write down whatever comes to mind. The only thing that I require whenever I'm working with anybody, the only thing I require is that it's legal, it's ethical, and you're not going to get thrown in jail or anything like that. So as long as it's legal, ethical, and moral, okay? Outside of that, anything, okay? Let's give some examples here so that you can kind of understand what I mean, okay? The first thing, right off the bat, is borrow money, okay? Now, anybody who, I'm one really, this one's tough for me because my pride comes up, things like that. But, if you actually look at historically the amount of millionaires that were created, they borrowed money from people that they knew, okay? Now, these are ideas, guys, okay? Ideas, okay? So, you can borrow money, and you can borrow money from one person. Or, let's go down here. You can borrow, I should have checked the battery that I just plugged in. All right, so the camera's plugged in. So yeah, the camera's plugged in now, so we shouldn't have any more problems with battery issues. Okay, so you can borrow, $1,000 from 5 people. Okay, and you can do the math based on that. So one is you can borrow money, right? And like I said, most millionaires today have been created from borrowing money from existing people that they already know. Okay, you can put the money on a credit card. It was like credit card. Okay, it was like when I first started, I only had $25 in my bank account. Okay. And I was looking at that first buy button that I ever saw before, and I really wanted to join. I had $25 left in my bank account after paying all my bills off for the end of the month, and I was like, oh my God, I really want to join this. So I looked at my bank records and I found out that I had $100 left on a credit card, and so that's what I used, right? So you can basically borrow from your credit card, in other words, okay? Another thing, the biggest thing, here's the thing. Look around your house, and I'm just going to write this, sell stuff. A good example of this, okay, sell stuff. You can look around your house. If there's anything you haven't used in 3 or 4 months, chances are you're probably not going to use it again. I know I came from a whole long line of pack rats, okay? My parents had everything. And I thought that that's what you were supposed to do. And then I moved several times, and I had nothing but all these different things that I kept moving from place to place to place, and I never used any of it. So if you can't use something, and it's in your house or your apartment, wherever it's in your place where you live, and you haven't used it in 6 months, sell it, right? Sell it. Somebody else will buy it. Trust me. You can put it out on Craigslist or eBay, something like that. So, do that. Speaking of eBay, okay, you can go to garage sales. Okay, you can go around you can look at Craigslist. Okay, so let's just write Craigslist. Okay, you can look up things on Craigslist. You can post things on Craigslist for you to sell, but you can also use Craigslist, and you can buy something on Craigslist and turn around and then sell on eBay. Okay. That's one idea, right? You can go to garage sales. Oops, yeah, garage. My handwriting's terrible, and I'm not a good speller, so that's why I'm just talking to you. So you can go to garage sales, okay, and you can find something in garage sales, and you can turn around. Most people who do garage sales, they just want to get rid of stuff. They're tired of the clutter. They've done the pack rat thing for so long. They just want to get rid of stuff, and most of the time they're selling stuff just to get rid of it because they're moving or whatever. They're selling stuff so that they can get rid of it, so you can barter and get a really good deal on things, and then turn around and you can sell it on Craigslist or eBay. I know one person in particular. They make about $2,000 or $3,000 a month. Of course, it takes some time. But they basically have a business where they do that part-time in their spare time because they love going to garage sales and they love going and getting stuff, and so they buy something and then they make a business out of it. Whatever they feel that when they go through garage sales, they buy stuff for themselves, and then they look at things of value, and they know that they can go around and sell them. So they sell them to other people on Craigslist, and they mark it up like 500 or 600%, and they come up with funds to be able to do things or buy or get all in like you're about to do right now, right? So there's garage sales. You could buy something on eBay. You can buy something on eBay and turn around and sell it somewhere else. Look at your friends, your family. You can friends and family. We want to avoid friends and family as much as possible, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? So you could borrow money. You could you can find a credit card, put it on a credit card. You can sell stuff. I know one person in particular. He got out of the Navy, okay, and he didn't want to go get a job, so he just had it in his mind that he wanted to retire. And so what did he do? Well, he actually started getting into some different business ventures with me, and he did pretty good. But one of the things that he wanted to do was he wanted to just stay retired and never have to get a job. Well, sometimes, he had some tough times there. So he just started selling stuff. He sold like his TV, Most people, seriously, spend way too much time watching TV. I swear. The TV that I've got here, it's a big screen TV. I could sell that thing without even a second thought. Because I've got a monitor I can plug in and let my daughter watch her cartoons from the computer. She doesn't care, So look around your house and look at what you can sell, okay? Maybe you got an extra car or something. I've sold, a few cars that I had to be able to pay for anything. There was, I'll give you one example I did, okay? It was when I went to my first marketing event. I couldn't afford to go to that thing, right? I couldn't afford to go to that marketing event. So I looked around my house and I looked at what could I sell of value that would pay for my airfare, that would pay for my hotel, all my expenses, all that stuff, and maybe give me a little bit more. Well, I sold my motorcycle. I had a very rare 2002 Triumph TT600. It was a limited edition model. It was actually flown in from Great Britain and put together down in Portland. I flew from Spokane, Washington down to Portland, Oregon, picked it up. They were putting it together while I was waiting in the showroom floor. Okay? And I paid a lot of money for this thing. I mean, it was special, right? Very few. It was rare. It was the only fuel-injected sport bike that they made. And I bought that thing and I drove it all. I rode it all the way home, brand new. Okay, so quite the story, right? Well, I sold it because my business, my future, my life was far more important than that shiny thing that was sitting in my garage. Okay, so open up your mind, and what I want you to do is, I can go on and on and on with different examples. One that's a pretty long example, but at worst case, you can call up anybody who has a house. You can call up your mortgage company and you can tell them that you want to defer that payment for 3 months, and they'll usually defer that payment for 3 months. Then you can use that capital to invest in other things, make some money, and then repay it in 3 months. Okay, now these are wild things, guys, but I want you to open up your mind and be able to really see that you can get whatever it is that you want to get. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, and money is just a byproduct of the things that you have to do, right? So finish doing that list of 50, okay? Now, one of the things that we're actually going to do here is actually provide you with some actual resources. Like me, I'm more fly by the seat of my pants, and I figure things out on the way. Well, these guys know, they have some specific resources that if you want to be able to borrow like up to $10,000 or $20,000, they're going to give you actual resources on how you can actually do that. If you want to go the route of actually borrowing, okay? So we'll write down here, borrow from a bank, credit union, something like that. Okay, and so that could be one of the things. Okay, so we're going to actually provide you with those resources available to you so you can get, you know, a loan basically for 10, 20, 30,000. I'm not sure what they actually have that they're going to do, but you can actually get that, you know, we're going to provide you those resources, okay? But what I want you to do right now is open up to the possibilities. Look through, spend like the next hour, okay? Next hour, spend some creative energy. Go through this exercise. Okay, spend some creative energy right now. Write down 50 different things, okay? And I want you to stare at those, okay? And there will be one that will pop out at you. There will be one that you'll say, you know what? That's going to be the one. That's going to do it. I know it. It's going to be like your eye. You'll be staring at that list of 50, and your eye will keep going back to that one. Keep going back to that one. It's like that one will work. I want you to take that. I want you to circle it. And then, where you had that blank, I want you to write it. I want you to write it up there. I want you to write down the thing that you already did. Not what you're going to do. The thing that you already did, and it's not going to happen until less, you know, within the next 7 days, okay? Write down in that blank that one item, like let's say it's this one, right? Let's say it's this one. Maybe it's this one. Maybe you're selling some stuff to get it now, right now, without going through approval process and stuff, which is a valuable option. I'm just giving, you know, some different examples here. Write down whatever. So like if you say selling stuff, okay, I want you to write down, you know, selling stuff, and then write exactly what you're going to sell, okay, or what you already sold, okay. Start thinking in terms of abundance, thinking in terms of what you already did, and when on the 7th day you'll be able to sit there and see in your back office that you now own all the different products, and you got the very special bonus that we're throwing in just for you because you took action now. You decided to invest in yourself, invest in your business. You decided to have a brand new future, to step into the person that you know you should be, the person that you already are, that we're helping unleash within you, okay? Because we are a leadership factory, and this is what leaders do. You step up to the plate, you do what's necessary, you do what's needed to do so you can lead by example, lead the rest of your team, and you can speak from a place of existence where you are right now, and this is where you're going, and you can lead a whole team of future badasses, okay? So my friend, get started, get going, do this assignment, okay? This will work. Do this assignment. And like I said, we've got other resources for you. And I can't wait until within the next 7 days when you're all in and you have this sense of being that you accomplished it. And once you accomplish this one thing, that leads to future accomplishments. That leads to future successes, because you look back on this day and you say, holy crap, I was flat broke and I was able to do this. And once you're able to do this, my friend, you're able to do anything. All of a sudden, you start being able to attract unbelievable abundance because you did this one thing, okay? I've seen it time and time again with a lot of people that I work with. All right, my friend? So this has been Scott Zlatev. Take action now. Get going so that you can get your unbelievable bonus that we're throwing in here. Love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.